How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, this pitiful, freak nasty, Pee Wee Herman looking motherfucker. That's the only way I can put it. He really got the pimp hand. So some people may not have known about this case, but I'm going to read a little something, and then I have a video to show the royal family. All right. Now, before I read this short article, my royal family, I earnestly think the media tried to keep this story on the low. Now, I keep up with a lot of the news because I have a YouTube channel, and I try to put a little flavor in there and report a little bit of this and that. And I've been keeping up with this case, and I noticed that it was not on the spotlight because the freak nasty crew have been doing a lot of shit, and they was getting a lot of exposure. And then all of a sudden, we didn't see no more of the freak nasty crew. And they still out there. They ain't fooling nobody. But, really, they tried to really keep this shh. But today, we couldn't because it's just too damn big. And this dude looks so fucking disgusting. I mean, he had access to a lot of well-known young ladies that are gold medal, Olympic gold medal winners. And I'm only going to point out the little black girls, and I'm not dismissing the white girls, because sexual abuse is horrible. But just to let y'all know, this girl right here, what's her name? Simone Biles. She was sexually molested by him. And then we have here Gabby Douglas. Oh yes, many of them, he had access to many of them. This is what he looked like when he was in his heyday. But prison will get to your ass. Oh yes, it will get to your ass. And he tries to look real pitiful. So anyway, let me put up this real pitiful looking fucking face while I read this to the royal family. Disgrace. Former Michigan State and USA gymnastic team physician Larry Nassar was sentenced to a minimum of 40 years and up to 175 years in a Michigan state prison Wednesday, beginning an era to a marathon sentencing hearing that featured statements from more than 150 girls and women. He sexually abused them. The sentence, which is part of a plea deal in which Nassar admitted to 10 sex assault charges in 2 Michigan counties, comes up on top of a 60-year federal sentence. Nassar, 54, also faces 4 child pornography crimes he pleaded guilty to last year. So anyway, my royal family, I have a video for the royal family to watch, and let's see how it goes. It's an 8-minute video, my royal family.
The victims. I am leaving restitution open as long as those victims have issues that can be medically documented. You will comply with DNA testing and pay a $60 fee for that. I suspect that was already done, but you owe $60 back to the county for that, or law enforcement, whoever, will put it in the right pocket. You must submit to HIV testing and complete counseling associated with HIV and AIDS. You must waive confidentiality and allow test results and medical information obtained from this test to be released to the court. You will pay $476 in state costs. You will pay a crime victims assessment in the amount of $130. Does counsel wish to address court costs and fines? I don't know his financial state.
Judge, he doesn't have any money to pay the court costs and fines. If the court wants to impose it, the court can impose it.
I'm not imposing any court costs and fines, and here's the reason. I don't know what he has or what he'll get in the future. The victims deserve the money. The county will survive one way or another. I'm also going to make recommendations to the Michigan Department of Corrections for mental health treatment. I understand he has medical conditions and he should be allowed to take medicine for that. We should have individual and group counseling, treatment for sexual predators, whatever they allow. I'm also going to send a message. I'm not sure, but I believe I read an article, sir, that you were treating people in prison that don't have a license. Don't commit any more crimes. I know you don't have any more lives to give, but you can't be treating people. You're not a doctor. So I'm not sure how that's happening. But I wanted to send that message. You have 21 days to appeal, 10 days to request court-appointed counsel. Do you acknowledge receipt of your appellate rights?
Your Honor, I've got the notice of right to appeal and I'm providing it to my client now.
Do you acknowledge it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. So let me just say to the media, again, I'm just doing my job. I know you all want to talk to me. My secretary has informed me that I have a growing stack of requests from print media, from television, from magazines, from around the world, literally. This story is not about me. It never was about me. I hope I've opened some doors, but you see, I'm a little stupid because I thought everybody did what I did. And if they didn't, maybe they ought to, but I do this and have been doing it. And if you don't believe me, the keeper of my words is right by my side, and lawyers who are hearing this are shaking their heads saying, yep, I've waited too long as she lets everybody talk. Sometimes people get upset. I don't care, I get paid the same. So as to the media who want to talk with me, I'm not going to be making any statements. I know that my office, and I may have even, I don't know, it's been a long couple of weeks, conveyed that after this is over, it's just not my story. After the appellate period runs, with victims by my side to tell their stories, I might answer some more questions than what I said on the record. I don't know what more I could possibly say. But I'm not going to talk with any media person until after the appeal period, and even then, if you talk to me about this case, I will have a survivor with me because it is their story. So I wanted everybody to hear that from me. I respect all of the media outlets. You have done just a fabulous job here. There hasn't been any commotion or upset by this, and I do believe in the First Amendment, so I thank you all for being here because it's an important story for the survivors. As to today, I know that there are a lot of survivors, family members, husbands, friends, a lot of people in the courtroom. You have voices. I'm going to leave the courtroom. Defendant will leave the courtroom. The attorneys may stay. victims, family members, survivors, you may stay in the courtroom and talk with media. You can have your own press conference right here. Spur of the moment sometimes works out the best, doesn't it? Again, I won't make a statement until after the appeal period. And again, if there's any survivor then who, at that point, if somebody wants to talk to me, I'm sure you'll be moved on to another story. But if you're not, please give your names to the victim's advocate so that I can contact you, because please, media, do not contact me on this story without a survivor. It's their story. I thank everybody in this case. Sir, I hope somewhere you have heard everybody's words and it really does resonate with you. Anything else for the record?
Nothing but half.
All right. So the media is asked to stay here with all those lovely people who may want to speak with you. Thank you. That's all for the record.
All right.
Just powerful moment there. Larry Nassar, the man who stood accused of sexual assault of dozens of young women over the course of his career as a doctor for the USA gymnastics team, was just sentenced to 175 years by Judge Rosemary Aquilina. She called him the most prolific serial child sex abuser in history. We're joined here by Ricky Kleeman, who is here to break down what we just heard from the judge and what we heard from Larry Nassar when he offered.
All right, my royal family. Let me shut this down. I have one more video to play for the royal family. And what I did was, bear with me. Okay. What I did was I didn't have it lined up, so forgive me, my royal family. So here it is, right here. Okay, we'll just cut this out for a minute. Normally I have everything lined up properly. Got caught off guard. But it was necessary for us to hear that part. Okay.
Honor and privilege to hear the sister survivors. It is my honor and privilege to sentence you. Because, sir, you do not deserve to walk outside of a prison ever again. On counts 1, 2, 5, 8, 10, and 18, and 24. To sentence you to 40 years. And when I look at my cheat sheet, 40 years, just so you know and you can count it off your calendar, is 480 months. The tail end because I need to send a message to the parole board in the event somehow God is gracious, and I know He is, and you survive the 60 years in federal court first, and then you start on my 40 years? You've gone off the page here as to what I'm doing. My page only goes to 100 years. Sir, I'm giving you 175 years, which is 2,100 months. I've just signed your death warrant. I need everyone to be quiet. I still have contempt powers. I told you I'm not nice. I find that you don't get it, that you're a danger. If you are ever out, which is doubtful, you would be required to register with the Michigan Sex Offenders Registration Act, complying with all of the requirements of that act, in addition to global position monitoring system. You would wear GPS. You will pay restitution in the amount to be determined based on whatever amounts are submitted, and your attorneys can ask me for a restitution hearing so that I can determine what a reasonable amount is for the victims. I am leaving restitution open as long as those victims have issues that can be medically documented.
All right, my royal family. I know some of it overlapped, but it was necessary that we heard all of it. And this is a fucking disgrace that that the U.S. Gymnastics, the United States of Ass America, I mean, we got so many titles for it, that would allow this sorry, freak, nasty motherfucker to have full range of these little girls. And if you heard the details of the case, it would make your stomach turn. He was doing all type of shit to these girls. And the thing that I was thinking about, let's not lose sight of the young ladies too as well. The thing that I was thinking about, my royal family, is the volume, the sheer volume of these young ladies. There had to be a cover up somewhere along the line. That many girls, that many years. But see, they allow people like him to have full range. This is their fucking nature. And we're going to see more and more of this. And also, some of our royal daughters were caught up in it. Because I showed y'all who they were. Didn't want to lose sight of that. But it's horrible what happened to these young ladies. And look at him. Oh, he's just... let's get a good picture right here. Oh, he's just basking in it. Just freak ass nasty. You know, in his heyday, that's how he looked. Either way, with a little weight or weight off, he's still a freak nasty motherfucker, Pee Wee Herman looking type of person. So anyway, my royal family, oh, here's another one. Look at him. I don't even, ooh. Boy, they give them free range to get away with all type of shit. And again, it's just my opinion, my royal family. They gave him free range. No. Let me take that back. I don't want to lose sight of what I'm saying. They was covering up this story. It was very, very hush-hush. A lot of people didn't know about it until today. Believe it or not, a lot of people didn't. Because it is an embarrassment. And I have been thinking for years, you know, when you're in gymnastics and you got these young ladies in here, I would always think about who chaperones them, who watch over them, you know? This country did a poor ass job, as usual. This country is sorry. And they continue to have these freak, nasty motherfuckers have free range to whatever they feel like doing. Like I said, this country supports anything that's highly dysfunctional. And we're supposed to feel sorry for this motherfucker. Feel sorry for him. He ruined those young ladies' lives. So anyway, my royal family, I have said what I'm going to say. So anyway, my royal family, do what you always do best. Render your voice with your beautiful, divine words. And as usual, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe. What a fucking shame.